Toyota, let's go places. By Estrella Insurance, call 1-800-CAR-INSURANCE today. And by City Furniture, trends you want, prices you'll love. Heat fall to the Portland Trailblazers, 116-107. No Tyler Hero, but a move to a more, what feels like will probably be the permanent vibe for the foreseeable future of Ware and Adebayo side by side. In the middle, Jimmy Butler still involved in the mix in 26 minutes, 13 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, but not enough to victory, and Ayton was a big part of the reason why.
He's sort of a mystery guy to me. He's big, he's strong, he's got nice touch. Seems to be hurt a lot. Probably frustrating, not only for them, but for him too. But definitely got talent. There's no two ways about that. But what happened now, after the last rewind we showed you, put us down 21. And then the next possession, you want to see what happens?
Please.
Okay.
I mean, not really, but this is your portion of the show.
Okay. So this is the second possession after the timeout when we were down 19. Now we're down 21, and it's closing in on the 5-minute mark. Okay, Jaime, roll it. Trying to drive that slot down in the slot, and here comes Ayton. Stop right now. Now, rewind. Take it back just a couple of steps. So you have Dia, all right, right there. Danny Dia is riding him. I believe this is Henderson again in the corner. You know, questionable whether that pass could have gone. You know, this defender right here has sort of committed to the ball. And, you know, don't miss the moment. Well, we do. And as he drives down in here, and now Ayton comes over, okay, watch Avdia as Bam slices in here. Watch Avdia peel off and steal the pass. Roll it. Watch what happens now. There goes Ayton over, the bounce pass, and bobbled, and Avdia comes up with it, and now we're going the other way. Now hold it now. See, we're in the corner waiting for that pass, and now guys are running out, and we've got one. We've got, let me see if I can get this up here now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, and the ball is advancing ahead of us. Okay, here we go. Roll it. And there's going to be the pitch ahead. Sharp, and there's the lob. Roll it back. Take it back. Ayton this is a rim run. He just takes off. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Right there. All right, roll it. Now we're even. But we just get outrun. Watch it now. We look for the ball. We look for the ball. Nico's trying to play both. We just get outrun. Nice pass and a flush. That made it 86-63 with 5:11 to go in the third quarter. And as far as I was concerned, that pretty much gave them the cushion that they needed.
Ron's Arithmetic brought to you by Papa John's. With Papa John's new Papa Track, you'll know exactly when your pizza will arrive, so you'll never miss a shot. It was interesting how the three-point shooting balanced out at a certain point there, but free throw opportunities, still, even with the misses, they got a plus there. Rebounding's pretty close, as is points in the paint, but you can't get away from fast break points, and also just both offense and defense being non-existent in the second and third quarters.
Yeah, very, the best way I can describe this game at that point in time is we were very soft and we were very disjointed. Now, no Tyler, and he has been a huge part of what we do so far this year. Sure. Not only scoring, but getting us into offense. So, yeah, we're out of rhythm, but if that's the case, you got to ramp up your D if you want to play. I don't remember a game where both teams, neither team had double-digit points off turnovers. It's a pretty clean offensive game. And, you know, we're going to have a hard time winning if that's what we're going to do. We need a better effort, a more consistent and more dynamic, foul some guys. knock some people over going for a loose ball. Get the game, make them feel you. You can't just let them go up and down the way they want.
We look forward to hopefully that alteration
Okay.
in Milwaukee and in Brooklyn before we see you again next week.
You do that without me, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
We'll start it. I'll tell them it was from you, though.
It's on you.
Thank you.
It's on you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
More show coming. Amy's getting ready. She's got Sarah and Cara over there in her little studio. And got to break away, ladies. She's got to come do some television, some rewinding. That big fella was there. Look at that. Mercy. Give me more of that all night. Portland, though, pulled away and had it. Coming back. Stay there.
For South Florida's premier performers, Kaseya Center, home to amazing entertainment.
It's the Hola y Adios Tour. Joaquin Sabina here. 2 shows in late February. And one of the most streamed artists in the world, J Balvin, bringing his tour to Kaseya Center. That's Saturday, March 22nd. Then let's zoom out to July. We want you to be able to plan for Grammy Award-winning Swedish rock icons Ghost, bringing the World Tour 2025 to Miami. That's July 13th. These and many other events on their way to Kaseya Center. Visit KaseyaCenter.com for a complete list or to purchase tickets. Amy Adebert's on TV, everybody. I'm Jason Jackson. I've been here for a second.
Yeah.
Hey there.
Hi.
That was something, huh?
Bow tie Tuesday.
Yeah, we haven't had a lot of Tuesdays. Almost put on a regular tie. Almost forgot my own little flow of haberdashery. But let's dive in what happened out here on this hardwood. And just, listen, it was a tough start. Well, it felt like a cool start, right? And then about halfway through the first quarter, it went sideways.
Yeah, it did, unfortunately. And it was a snowball, too. That's part of it.
Into an avalanche.
Yes, it's into an avalanche.
That's how they start.
And then and all of that said, and you have a winnable game at the end.
Amazing.
So there's just so many tough things about this one tonight. But I do think this is one that you can watch a lot of film and learn and say, like, what were you thinking? And sometimes you have those conversations with your teammates, right? How can we be better? What were you thinking? Where were you going? Because it was just very disconnected. And I was a little surprised to see that.
Angle time. Let's go to Portland. And they were doing some damage, running fast, huh?
Yeah, you call it the tough stuff, the miscellaneous stats.
Yeah.
And they won everyone, or Miami tied the paint. But that's unfortunate because when you look at Miami on their home court, you want to play fired up, you got to win some of those tough stuff stats, right? And so today we know the points off turnovers, while they were low, Portland having 0 turnovers at half, to me that was a huge red flag. That's you're just not forcing enough. You're not enforcing on defense, and so that was a huge problem. Miami, they lose that by 1. The paint they tie at 46. It's not bad, but when you look, Miami was 23 for 42 inside. I thought at key moments they missed some shots inside, which was really tough. The 3-point line, where it started to look like it was, I include that, by the way, because you can do paint scoring, not great paint scoring because you're dominating the 3. Miami lost both those categories, 0, -3 from long range. Did not look like that at the beginning. Right? Miami was 7 for 9 from 3 in the first quarter, and then in the second and third quarter, they went 2 for 22. I don't know. I thought most of the shots from long range were good, but I thought a couple were rushed, a couple were contested, right? And it felt at times the offense was, I'm going to shoot because I'm open. The second chance points were also a huge issue. They had 28 points to the Trailblazers 10 nights ago. Tonight they had 15, but still won that category. And fast break also. I mean, that was a huge one. Look at that fast break. And by the way, after 3 quarters, it was 19-0. Again, these are stats that at some point you just got to take a little bit of ownership and accountability for and just be better.
Amy, it's a team game, but when the Miami Heat made a push in this contest to actually make it a game, mostly in the fourth quarter, it was one person leading that way. Some of us might have been screaming just to give 55 the ball endlessly, but let's tip our cap to Duncan Robinson.
Yeah, it was really nice. You knew with Tyler not available tonight, it shouldn't be one person. It's got to be by committee. Yeah. That's the best teams, right? But it was really nice to see Duncan. I thought that he took on a lot of that himself, understanding that the scoring was going to have to come from other guys. And listen, it's 22 points, but the 6 for 12 from 3. This is the big thing. Every team is better when they have an elite shooter that's hitting. And Duncan, you mentioned it a couple times. He went through a rough pocket. He's out of it now, right? He's hitting shots. He's confident. Very early, there was a little game within the game between Duncan and Denny Avdia, and that was fun to watch. 11 of his 22 came in the first quarter, and he kept Miami in the fight as long as he could. And then late he came on pretty strong as well. So you hope that all of this comes on that plane tomorrow to Milwaukee, because I think this team needs it. With or without Tyler, you need this type of production from Duncan. 4
rebounds, 4 assists, but tied a season high with 6 made threes. That's 11 threes in the last 2 games. He had only hit 5 of 23 in the previous 5 games. So let's talk about the shiny new object. Large and shiny. Double-double in a start in your rookie season. At any point, if it's in the middle, if it's the beginning, if it's the end, that's a major step forward. And a lot of the work that Khalil Ware has been doing, we haven't been able to see. But what we've seen on this floor as of late, show us more.
Yeah, and you
Take
know,
more.
and he can. That's the thing. You know that he's going to continue to rise and learn more about this league. But when you look at a night like tonight, where it's a winnable game at the end, and Ware, by the way, led the team in minutes tonight. Spo said, you are doing all the right things. We're going to keep you on. He put his team in a position to win with a huge double-double. 20, 16, and 2 blocks. If I could critique one thing, I just wish that Khalil would have had 1 foul at some point. I wish he would have just stopped Ayton in that mid-range, right? Just take one. Sometimes I think it's okay to do that. It's hard to do when you're playing from behind and you kind of feel like there's a value in every possession. 2 blocks. We're not going to see his stat for change shots. We don't see it for anyone. It's not something that we stat, but he changes a lot of shots when he's out there. And so +8, Duncan and Khalil were the only 2 starters that were plus in the plus-minus. And so you look at him and listen, if you got a 20 and 16 night from that guy, oh my. I mean, that's pretty crazy, right? So again, I keep looking forward. I'm really curious to see what happens in that next game against Milwaukee. And if Spo keeps this young man in the lineup, there's Giannis, there's Brook Lopez, it's gonna be fun. Yeah.
First NBA start. That's how you do it right there. That'll get you to the podium with a microphone on the table.
Khalil, from your view, what was maybe the biggest issue on the defensive end for you guys tonight, at least through the first 3 quarters when you got into that big hole?
I would say around the perimeter a little bit. Portland got off with a lot of threes that, a little bit of miscommunication, and then a little bit of, they were just great shots. So, you can't blame a team for knocking down their shots. They work on it.
Well, this is the first game this season that you guys haven't had Tyler, and I know you play with who you have the night of, but how do you think the offense, especially in your first start, kind of functioned without Tyler, and how do you feel like you and Bam played off each other as well?
I feel like, with me and Bam first, I would say, it's going to always, be a little work, just get used to it, playing, one another out there. But with Tyler, of course, he's that. He attracts, more of the defense, because he's, a lethal shooter and he's able to just come off and knock down shots and, get to the rim as well. So I feel like, we didn't really have that a little bit tonight. So I feel like, that played a little part in it.
Khalil, is it a little bittersweet that you kind of start today's game coming off of a big game the other night, but obviously it ends in a loss like this? Is it sort of disappointing, but still you find some happiness that it is your first start here, or what's the thought process like there?
I waited my whole life for to be able to start an NBA game, but of course, you always want to win, but that's really all that matters, getting the win. So I ain't really got much else to say.
You guys did make a heck of a run there in that 4th quarter. I guess what was the mentality of not giving up and, basically up to the point of that Pella steal, nearly getting the bucket to 5?
First off, with that group, I would say, we had some energy a little bit. That's what helped us make that run a little bit. And, I feel like we could have kept that going a little bit, avoided a couple of other fouls, when the shot clock was running out. So, I appreciate it.
He's young, but he's been waiting for it. It's a dream come true for that man. Recap on the way as the Blazers did their deal. Can't be highlights without a W, but we'll give you something to give you a feeling for how it went down as the Blazers get out of here with a win.